Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of Elliott Bay Design Group, I'd like to thank you all for joining us today and our co-host E1 Marine, and welcome you to our Industry Day educational session, Go Green Beyond Battery. We have a fantastic group of speakers and panelists that we've assembled today. They've been very generous with their time and their knowledge to come and present with us today. And they're going to be sharing their knowledge on a broad range of current and emerging alternative fuel technologies. And to kick things off today, Representative Rick Larsen from Washington's 2nd District wanted to be here today. He's a huge supporter of the maritime industry and green initiatives and decarbonization. He's back in D.C. He did take the time to put together an excellent video presentation to welcome everybody here today.
Well, thank you to the Elliott Bay Design Group for inviting me to join you virtually today. For those who don't know me, I'm Rick Larsen, and I represent Washington State's 2nd Congressional District, which is located north of Seattle and includes most of the northwest corner of our state. I also serve as a senior member of the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee. As a member of the Coast Guard and Marine Transportation Subcommittee and the representative with the most passenger ferries in the district, I'm no stranger to the importance of passenger vessels. In the Pacific Northwest, ferry and passenger vessels are not a luxury, they are a necessity. Without the ferry, residents could not get to and from work or school, small businesses could not conduct their business, tourists could not visit naturally beautiful places like the San Juan Islands, and first responders would not be able to reach people in need of assistance. In Northwest Washington, this marine transportation system also means jobs and is key to long-term economic growth. Washington's maritime industry represents approximately 2,300 businesses generating $21.4 billion in annual revenue and supporting nearly 70,000 jobs. To create more jobs and to keep people and the regional economy moving and to fight climate change, the federal government must remain committed to investing in sustainable maritime infrastructure. States like our own state, Washington State, where ferries account for 73% of Washington State Department of Transportation's annual carbon emissions, are ready to commit to cleaner and greener passenger ferry fleets, but still need the resources to support the efforts. Last November, President Biden signed into law the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, which included a provision based on my Green Ferries Act that directs $250 million for a pilot initiative to make it easier for states and localities to purchase low emission or electric ferries and to construct related infrastructure. The IIJA also significantly boosted funding for the RAISE grant program that enables communities of all sizes to carry out projects with significant local or regional impact. This includes Whatcom County, which recently was awarded a $25 million RAISE grant to replace the 60-year-old Lummi Island ferry, the single biggest carbon polluter in the county's transportation fleet, and to replace that with an electric battery hybrid ferry and to build supporting infrastructure. As the law continues to be implemented, my focus is on ensuring this movement toward a cleaner and greener maritime transportation system, one that takes us from its 1950s foundation to thinking about the 2050s. And last month, I also supported the passage of the Inflation Reduction Act, which included the single largest investment in combating climate change in U.S. history, an investment that will reduce carbon emissions by 40%. Included in the law is $3 billion to support the purchase and installation of zero-emission equipment and technology to modernize ports, like the Port of Anacortes and Port of Everett. Investments like this support the goals outlined in the state's Washington Maritime Blue effort to ensure the state has a thriving, world-class, and sustainable maritime industry for years to come. To grow the next generation workforce and to keep people and the economy moving, the U.S. needs a diverse and well-trained workforce that meets growing demands. I work closely with my friend, the late Representative Don Young of Alaska, to include a bipartisan provision in the IIJA bill to promote career opportunities and to boost diversity in the U.S. transportation sector. Additionally, the IIJA requires the U.S. Department of Transportation to analyze the efforts to educate and to recruit workforce and identify barriers to finding employment in the transportation industry. The law also encourages states to submit voluntary 5-year plans to outline immediate and long-term workforce needs that the IIJA funds can be used to address. I will continue working with my colleagues and all of you to ensure that all Americans have access to jobs that pay well and access to more skills training in order to succeed. You cannot have a big league economy with little league infrastructure. This is just as true for maritime transportation infrastructure as it is for roads, bridges, transit, and aviation. I look forward to working with Congress, with the administration, and with all of you to ensure that the future of maritime transportation is cleaner, greener, safer, and more accessible. So thank you again for inviting me to join you virtually, and I look forward to seeing you all in person soon. Thanks.